Tell us the encounter you had with St. Padre Pio.
Well, I was coming back from Australia to enter the seminary. So I stopped San Giovanni Rotondo. By boat, and then I had to get a train from Naples to San Giovanni Rotondo. So I got there, and I went to the sacristan. I said, is it possible I could go to confession to Padre Pio? Yes, it's possible, he said, but you have to wait 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
There was 717 before me.
Wow.
So it was on call. You had to book. And he would hear confession 16 hours a day.
16 hours a day. Let that sink in for people.
16 hours a day.
There's 24 hours in a day. 16 of those he's in the confessional.
4 hours the Mass.
When does he sleep? 20.
So 16 plus 4 is 20.
20.
Then after the 20 hours, he would go in the chapel and he would complain with the Lord and say, Lord, why do you give me such little time to pray? He would say, apart from his ministry, he would say a whole mysteries of rosary. Then we had 3.
Yes.
Then Pope John added another one.
Yes.
So he would pray those 20 times a day. And sometimes people would ask him, Padre Pio, where do you find the time to do all this? He said, don't you know I can do 3 things at the same time?
Yeah.
So going back to confession,
wow.
I waited for about 3 hours on the queue. And the sacristan said, if somebody's name is called and they don't turn up, then you can go in. So it happened 3 hours after. Somebody's name was called, didn't turn up, I went in. I hadn't opened my mouth, I hadn't said anything. And he shouts at me, top of his voice, you are here abusively. What are you doing here? My God, I said. I nearly want to walk out. I didn't want to go to confession anymore. Then you're here because you're entering the seminary. You're going to find it very difficult, he said, but you will persevere. Exactly what happened.
Wow. He predicted what was going to happen.
Yeah. And then he, 3 minutes, in and out.
Did you actually have a confession?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got obviously.
But then he would tell you everything. If you, whatever reason, you will retain telling him your sins, he would tell you the occasion, the place, the action you did.
Unbelievable. And you experienced this.
Yes.
So this is amazing. So you hear these stories, you read about them, but to now meet someone who's experienced that just changes the whole thing. It's amazing. It means, I wonder if it's every single time. Did everyone get that?
Every person that went to confession who did not reveal everything, he would tell them.
Wow.
There was this lady who went in once, and she had confessed that she had committed abortion. And she went in and she wanted to confess to Padre Pio, but she had already confessed the abortion. And as soon as she walked in, she said, had you not aborted your child, he would have become a pope.
Wow. Wow.
And when John Paul II visited him as a seminarian, he told him, he said, one day you're going to become a pope.
Imagine that.
So he could tell you the present, the past, the future.
Did you have a love for him? Did you appreciate St. Padre Pio at the time beforehand, before meeting him?
Yeah.
And did that encounter change things in any way? Like, did that sort of make you, take notice even more of him? Or
I think it was at the beginning. It was mainly for curiosity.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see this man who had the wounds of Jesus.
Yeah. His reputation was already.
We knew him. I mean, he was now world
across
known.
Italy.
It's known that he would have heard 6 million confessions from people from all over the world.
Wow.
And just his fame, I just was curious, not for any other reason. But then he was, I had, going back to Italy, I had, on the boat, 29 days, I was giving little instructions to children, catechism. And then at the end, they gave me a Yashira camera, brand new one. So everywhere around San Giovanni Rotondo, you had signs saying, forbidden to take photos in 5 different languages. So I said, well, if anybody makes any observation to me, I'll just say I don't understand those languages. So I had the camera brand new, and we were able to go in the sacristy after the Mass. So when he came out of the lift, I took a photo of him. And it was those cameras you push the handle for the next picture,
okay,
right?
Yes.
So I did that, And as soon as I took the photo, he pierced me with his eyes, as much as say, can't you read? So I turned the handle, got stuck, wouldn't work. The following day I take it to the photographer, and he says, you can throw it away because it will never work again.
Wow.
So I put it in my bag. When I went to Rome, I took it out, went to the photographer, he checked it, and he said, the camera is working perfectly. Nothing wrong with the camera. I developed the photos, the film, all the photos I took around the church, outside, inside, whatever. The ones I've took at him didn't come out.
Look at that. Not meant to be.
It just wasn't a showman.
Yeah, look at that. Did you meet him numerous times, or
That was the only time I met him.
That's that time.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to his mass?
I attended his mass when I was there. Yeah.
Please tell us about that experience, because it's known that that could last hours.
4 hours.
What was that like? 4 hours
yeah.
for his mass.
He during the mass he would not be wearing his gloves, because during the day he would be wearing
see the
gloves.
stigmata.
Yes. He would lose 1 cup of blood every day. Feet, side, and hands. Wounds of Jesus. And also, because the greatest wound Jesus had was his shoulder, most painful. And he had that too. But he never revealed it to anybody. They only discovered it when he died.
Wow.
All these years he kept it his secret. So during the Mass, after the consecration, he would go in ecstasy, remain immobile, not move, as if like a statue.
Holding the host
Holding
up.
the host. And during that time, he would be going around the world. He could be in one place at the same time, 5 times. 5 places.
This is with bilocation or trilocation or
bilocation.
multiple locations.
He could be known to be in 5 places at the same time.
Wow.
All over the world.
Aware of that. I thought it was. I remember reading bilocation. Never heard it was more than that. So that's
around the world, not only in Italy. Around the world, it could be in any country of the world. And he would be training. And during that time, while he had the host, you could see actually drops of blood dropping on the altar.
Entering into the Passion
of Christ.
Wow.
Sometimes when he do the consecration, he would just burst in tears because he was gifted the pain of the Passion. So during the Mass, you could see him sometimes crying.
Wow. Anyone to witness that.
And then so the Vatican became very suspicious. And the Vatican was the biggest problem for Padre Pio, because Vatican thought that he had inflicted the wounds by himself to become popular. So the Vatican sent an inquisitor from the Vatican to observe for 1 month what Padre Pio was doing, who was he with, and who was he saying what. So for 1 month he was there. And during that time, the inquisitor from Rome, because the purpose was this inquisitor to go to St. Padre Pio to abolish him and to get rid of him. That I didn't want him to be there. I want him to move somewhere else. And so he observed everything, Mass, sermons, confessions, and staying around there, observing everything. And towards the end, the inquisitor asks Padre Pio, what do you think of Padre Pio? And Padre Pio says, I am a problem to myself. And then at the end of the journey of him staying there, he went to confession to Padre Pio. The inquisitor went to confession to him.
Does he share what that was like? Do we know? What was that like for him?
Oh, turning point.
Yeah.
He said, I came here to destroy you, but you have saved me.
The mercy of God.
Yeah.
Wow. But, just there's so much to say there, but do you remember his death? Do you remember when St. Padre Pio died? And were you back in Sydney when that happened, or were you still in Italy?
I was in Rome still studying.
Still studying at the time?
Because he died in 1968.
So do you remember what that was? Were you around, or did you?
No. It was hundreds and thousands of people just went by. And Padre Pio had only one wish, that he wanted to go to the Vatican to meet the Pope. It always was refused. Never would they allow him to go to Rome. He died with that pain in his heart. He just wanted to see Rome, the Pope. And then they took him there when he died.
Mm-hmm.
Alive, no, but dead, yes.
Yeah, interesting. Now his body seems to be incorrupt. You can see his body.
Yes, still.
It's on display.
It's his clothes have deteriorated.
Yeah.
But his body is still intact. When they exhumed his body, the scientists from around the world were there. The bishop was there. The superior general was there. And they said his fingernails are still growing.
Still growing after.
And the beard is still growing. But his clothes was deteriorating.
Just amazing. God allows this as a sign, right, of his the grace of his power. But life is beyond this world.
But he never complained. Never said that he was treated unfairly. He said, I offer all my pain and sufferings for my spiritual children. That was his aim. Like Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus. She offered herself as a suffering victim for priests.
Yes. This is the love of God.
Yeah.
Wow, Saint Padre Pio.
You know, when he was padlocked in his room for 2 years, he could not say Mass in public. He could not speak to his spiritual children. He could not write to his spiritual children. Padlocked. Only the superior of the house was allowed to open the gate of the room. And during that time, when he was in his room, the devil would smash chairs on him, ignite his bed. He was tortured.
This would terrify anyone, but someone of his faith wasn't scared.
Unbelievable. He fought with the devil night and day. They would not leave him in peace. At night, when he would be just taking a little rest, the devil would smash chairs, ignite his bed, ignite his chairs, any religious articles he had, boom, had to go out of his room for 2 years.
So what are I'm just amazed. This would have been noticed by the superior and the other friars.
Yeah.
They would have known maybe skeptic initially, but after a while...
Oh, the evidence was there.
Yeah.
I mean, he never hid anything. He was never afraid of anything. He was, I think he was chosen from God by a very early age.
Saint.
He had extraordinary gifts from early age. When he was very sick, when he entered the seminary, he was, I think, at the age of 15, and he got very sick. So the order sent him out because he was too frail. He thought that he would not survive because of the austerity of the Franciscan Capuchin order. And so they sent him home. And somehow God performed miracles and he was good. But during that time, his father had to go to America to earn some money to keep him in the seminary.
Wow.
So his father went to America to work just so that he could continue his studies. Then his father got very sick and he was dying. And his father went to him, to Padre Pio, and said, Pio, I helped you. Can you help me now? I need some money, I'm very sick. I said, no. He said, I'm a friar. I can't help you. I made the vow of poverty. Imagine. His father sacrificed his life when he needed his help.
Surely his prayers would have been something else. Yeah. What do we know how old was Saint Padre Pio when he died?
I think 82.
82.
Yeah.
Wow, and he would have been a priest for over 50 years.
He was 1918. He was made a priest.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah.
And he died 65.
Just under 50.
80.
Okay. Amazing.
And the moment he died, the stigmas disappeared instantly. Hands, feet, and side, instantly. He died during Saint Mass.
Wow.
He collapsed during consecration.
During the consecration.
And he died the following day.
Amazing. Do you to people to read more about Saint Padre Pio? Do you recommend?
There's material there you would never be able to get through.
Yeah, so just go online.
They kept a diary of his life from the beginning to the end. When he was assigned a priest there, and then when he received the stigmatas, and from then on everything was controlled.
Have you seen the movie they made of him, the English?
Miracle Man?
Yes, Miracle Man.
That's only
fairly good.
A service just scraping the surface.
Wow.
But books of his prayer life, his spirituality is amazing.
Yeah, his sayings is, wow, what an inspiration. What a saint. One of the greats. And the timing too, interesting, right through this the last century and this time where the world experienced more change than probably any other time in history of humanity. And he was right there in that time.